Good day girls, a very warm welcome. Today we will be doing Mathematics 2, that is Geometry, the second chapter, Pythagoras theorem. In this we will be doing the chapter in two parts. Today we will do the first part. Okay. Now we have already learnt about Pythagoras theorem in the lower class. Okay. The theorem states that in a right angled triangle, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the remaining two sides. Okay. In short, you must have learned h square is equal to s1 square plus h2 square. So related to this, now let us learn what is a Pythagoras triplet. Now let us assume we have a right angle triangle, say A, B and C. It is right angled at B. Okay. Now let us consider three sides of the triangle. Let us consider AB to be 3, BC to be 4 and AC to be 5. Okay. Now ABC is a right angle triangle. We are learning what do you mean by a Pythagorean triplet. You already know that according to the Pythagoras theorem, AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. Okay. Now what is a Pythagorean triplet? Now in any right angle triangle, the hypotenuse is always the largest side. Let us take the square of the hypotenuse, that is 5 square is 25. Okay. And then the sum of the remaining two sides, that is 3 square plus 4 square. Now 3 square is 9 plus 4 square is 16 and 9 plus 16 is 25. So you see here that in case 1 and 2, we can say that 5 square is equal to 3 square plus 4 square. So if you square the left hand side, that is 5 square, and square the right hand side, that is 3 square plus 4 square, you get answer 25. Then we can say that 3, 4 and 5 are known as Pythagorean triplet. Okay, it is very important. In this chapter, the first exercise, the first question is based on Pythagoras triplet. Okay, so this is a very simple concept. Let us go to the next one. Property of 30, 60, 90 triangle. A very important concept over here where you will be asked a simple 2 marks sum over here. So we are going to study about the property of 30 degree. Actually it is degree. The degree is not labeled there. It is a property of 30 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree triangle. So let us again assume here a right angle triangle. Okay, say A, B and C. B is 90 degree. If C is 60 degree and A is 30 degree. Okay. So if in a triangle, if one of the angle is 30 degree, if one is 90 degree and the remaining is 60 degree, then we say that it is a 30, 60, 90 triangle. Now what is so special about this triangle and what is its property? Let us see. Now let us consider a side opposite 30 degree angle. Can you see the figure and tell which is the side opposite 30 degree? Yes, it is BC. So side opposite 30 degree angle is BC. Therefore I can say that BC is equal to 1 by 2 the hypotenuse. Which is the hypotenuse here? AC. So you have to learn this as a formula. Okay, in any 30, 60, 90 triangle, side opposite 30 degree angle. Here in this case, side opposite 30 degree is BC. So BC is equal to half into hypotenuse. You have to write it as a formula. Side opposite 30 degree is half the hypotenuse. So I am substituting. Which is the side opposite 30 degree? In this case it is BC. Which is the hypotenuse? AC. Again, look at the figure and observe and see which is the side opposite 60 degree. Opposite 60 degree, it is side AB. So I have here AB is equal to root 3 by 2 the hypotenuse, that is AC. Okay. So here two very important, that is, this is a speciality of this triangle 30, 60, 90 triangle. So this triangle has got three sides. Even if one side is given, using this two formula you can find the remaining two sides. Even if AB is given, you can find BC and AC. So using this concept, it is very important for you to learn this. I repeat, side opposite 30 degree angle is half the hypotenuse, and side opposite 60 degree is root 3 by 2 the hypotenuse. Okay, and one more thing, in the figure, in the exam, if a question is asked on it, and if it is given directly that this is one triangle is 30 and 60 and 90, then directly you can write this formula here and say 30 60 90 triangle. Here also you can say, you have to write the reason for this formula. So you write this formula and write it is a 30 60 90 triangle. Now suppose if in a triangle they have only given, they have not mentioned that it is a 30 60 90 triangle, you cannot just use this formula. So first you have to prove that it is a 30 60 90 triangle, and only then you have to use this formula. So sometimes what happens, they will give you the value of only two angles of the triangle. In that case you have to find the measure of the third angle and see whether it is 30 60 or 90. Then say that triangle ABC is a 30 60 90 triangle. Therefore whatever it is, side opposite 30 degree, you can write the formula and you can substitute and you can get the answer. Now another important thing, okay, another concept here is the property of 45 degree 90 triangle, 90 degree triangle. So let us consider another triangle here, say A, B and C, and angle B is 90 degree, and I say angle A is 45 degree, therefore angle B is also 45 degree, because 45 plus 90 plus 45, sum of the measures of angle is 180 degree. Now angle A and C both are 45, obviously then it is an isosceles triangle. I can say that AB is equal to BC here. Now if you have a triangle which is a 45 45 90 triangle, then I can say the side opposite 45 degree. Which is the side opposite 45 degree? Now A is also 45, C is also 45. Side opposite A is BC. Which is the opposite side, another side A, that is AB. So I can say that AB and BC are equal. So the side opposite 45 degree is 1 upon root 2 the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse here is AC. So here in this 45 degree 90 degree, the side opposite 45 degree is 1 by root 2 the hypotenuse. So here also, if of the three sides, if one side is given, we can find the measure of the remaining two sides. But very important, we have to see whether the triangle is a 45 45 90. If it is not given, we have to find it. Okay, so here we have learnt about what is a Pythagorean triplet. Three numbers will be given to you and we will ask you to find whether it is a Pythagoras triplet. So you have to take, the hypotenuse is always the longest side. So from the three numbers, you have to pick up the biggest number, find the square of it and find the square of the sum of the remaining two, add and see whether they are equal. Okay, and then you can decide whether it is a Pythagorean triplet or not. Then you have the property of 30 60 90 triangle and a property of 45 45 90 triangle. Now let us go and learn about few theorems that is there in this chapter. Now here, similarity and right angled triangle. Okay, this is very very important, this concept, and this similarity triangle is very important to solve the sums. Okay, now look at this theorem. In a right angle triangle, so we have a right angle triangle ABC. In a right angle triangle, if the altitude is drawn to the hypotenuse, now in triangle ABC, AC is the hypotenuse. Okay, then BD becomes the altitude. You can see the perpendicular side. If it is an altitude, you have to draw the perpendicular side. Then the two triangles formed are similar to the original triangle and to each other. Now I hope you have understood the theorem. Which is the original triangle? ABC. ABC is the original triangle. And they are saying if you draw an altitude BD to the hypotenuse AC, then you can see because of this BD, you can see another two triangle formed over here. Okay, then it is these two triangles are similar and they are also similar to the bigger triangle ABC. That means because of this altitude BD, now you can see three right angle triangle. One is ABC, which is a right angle triangle. Second one ADB, that is also a right angle triangle, and the third one is BDC, that is also a right angle triangle. So by drawing this altitude, you get three right angle triangle, and we have to prove that all these three triangles are similar to each other. So that is what we have over here. In a triangle ABC, angle B is 90 degree and BD is perpendicular to AC. So now we have to prove that ADB is similar to ABC. That is this triangle ADB is similar to ABC, the bigger triangle. In the second one you can see BDC, that is BDC similar to the bigger triangle ABC. And then the third one is the two triangles similar to each other, that is ADB and BDC. Okay, so let us start with the proof. Let us consider the triangle ADB and BAC. Okay, I mean ABC. So ADB and ABC, we have to prove that they are similar. Again, look at the figure and tell me, in this triangle ADB and ABC, do you find any common angle? Yes, angle A is common. In BADB you have A common, and in ABC also A is common. And second thing is, both the triangle is a right angle triangle. In ADB, angle D is 90 degree, and an angle AB in triangle ABC, angle B is 90 degree. So you have one common angle here, one 90 degree here. Therefore we can say that the two triangles are similar by AA test. So we have the first equation over here. It's not an equation, we are proving it, that first set of triangle is similar. Now we will take the smaller triangle down, BDC and ABC. Now here also you can see angle C is common. In ABC there is C, and in angle BDC there is C. So we can say that BCD is congruent to ACB, common angle. Again here in these two triangles you have one angle which is 90 degree. In the bigger triangle you have B as 90 degree. In the smaller triangle BDC, D is 90 degree. So we can say that angle BDC is congruent to ABC. Okay, and therefore the two triangles are similar by AA test. So first what did we prove? That this bigger triangle ABC is similar to ADB. And in the second one, what did we say? That ABC is similar to BDC. Therefore from 1 and 2, can we say ADB is similar to BDC? Yes. Okay, so we can say that from 1, 2 and 3 all the triangles are similar, and reason for is transitivity. It's like if A is congruent to B, and if A is similar to B and B is similar to C, then A is similar to C. So using that concept we are proving that all these three triangles are similar. Now always remember this, when you have this type of figure in the paper like A, B, C, a right angle triangle, and with an altitude drawn, then you will have three similar triangles. Okay, these are very important to solve the sums. Now we go to the next theorem, that the theorem of geometric mean. Okay, now let us read the theorem. In a right angle triangle, the perpendicular segment to the hypotenuse. So you have a right angle triangle RQP, and which is the perpendicular segment here? QS is a perpendicular to the hypotenuse. Okay, then they are saying this perpendicular segment is the geometric mean of the segment into which the hypotenuse is divided. That means this QS divides the hypotenuse. Okay, that is into SR and RP. Okay, so here if you look at this figure, it is similar to the one earlier what we discussed. You can see three right angle triangles. Now earlier we have already discussed how we can prove these two triangles similar. So here when we are solving this, there is no need. You can directly write in triangle PQR. Since QS is perpendicular to PR, that means it is the altitude, we can say that angle QSR is similar to triangle PSQ. These two triangles are similar. There is no need for you to prove. You can write the reason as similarity of right triangles. That is this one. This is called as similarity of right angle triangle. So in the exam also, when you are solving the sum and when you have these type, directly you can write that this one triangle is similar, and you can write the reason similarity of right triangles. Okay, so once we have seen that these two triangles are similar, let us write the proportional sides. QS upon PS, that is the first two letter upon the first two letter, that is QS and PS, and they are writing the last two letter SR and SQ. Okay, now let us cross multiply them. QS into QS is QS. Here they are rearranging the term. Okay. Here it is written SQ, they have rearranged as QS. So when you cross multiply, what do you get? QS square. Look at the figure, QS square. QS square is equal to PS into SR. PS into SR. Okay. It's a geometric mean. If you have learned, remember last year we have done ratio proportion. No? If A, B, C are in proportion, B square is equal to A into C. It is that only. This is A, B, C. Okay. A upon B is equal to B upon C. So B square is equal to A. So using it is that concept. Okay. So we can say that QS is a geometric mean of PS and SR. So here also what types of sums they can ask you? They can, here there are three terms, QS, PS and SR. They might give you the value of any two and ask you to find the value of the third one. They can give you PS, they can give you QS, and they can ask you to find SR. So you have to use this as a formula. But remember, to use this formula, you have to prove that these two, you have to say that these two triangles are similar. Therefore, by test of similarity, they are similar. Then you say by geometric mean, you have to write this. So with reason, you have to write it. We go to the next theorem, very important theorem. Every alternate year, this theorem is asked in the exam. Okay, in a right angle triangle, the square of the hypotenuse. So you have a right angle triangle ABC. The square of the hypotenuse, yeah, AC is the hypotenuse. The square means AC is equal to the sum of the squares of the remaining two sides. That is AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. You must have done a lot of sums based on Pythagoras theorem. Okay, the two sides are given and you may be asked to find the third sum. You use the Pythagoras theorem and you solve. Two things you must remember, girls, here, that Pythagoras theorem works for a right angle triangle. Okay, and then the formula. Okay, now here what we are doing is we are going to prove the statement. All these years sums were given, you substituted and you get the answer. Now what we have learnt in the lower class, we are going to prove what we are saying. That is what is a theorem. A theorem is a statement that is known to us which we prove it. So we are going to prove. Now given, what is given here, that it is a right angle triangle. ABC is 90 degree. So we are going to prove that AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. Now there is a small construction over here. Let's draw a perpendicular BD on the hypotenuse AC. Okay, so let us consider, now we have already done, in the beginning I said whenever you have this type of a triangle, you can say that all three triangles are similar and the reason will be similarity of right angle triangle. So you see, this concept is very important. It is used to solve sums also and it is used to solve other theorems also. So now we select two triangles, ABC and ADB. The bigger triangle ABC and one smaller triangle ADC. Okay, so we are writing these two triangles are similar and then we are writing the proportional sides. That is AB upon AD is equal to BC upon DB is equal to AC upon AB. So these three proportional sides, and you have to write the reason that they are corresponding sides of similar triangles. You can write that also. So here we are saying all three triangles are similar. The reason is similarity of right angle triangle. Now we take two triangles, one bigger triangle and one smaller triangle, and we write the corresponding sides. Now from these three corresponding sides, we need to pick up two. Remember, we have to prove that AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. So which two are you going to pick up? If you look at the first one and the last one, you see here AB here in the numerator and AB in the denominator. If I cross multiply, I will get AB square. I need AB square. So I pick up the first part, the ratio, and the second ratio. So I have taken AB upon AD and I have taken AC upon AB. So this one I don't require, I don't take it. So I take, now I cross multiply. So I will get AB into AB, AB square, AD into AC is AD into AC. I get the first equation. Now let us take the set of other two similar triangles. That is ABC and the smaller one BDC. Okay, it is already similar which we have said. Now similarly write the three corresponding sides. From this I have to pick up two. Which two now? I already have AB square. I got it over here in the first equation. Correct? Now I require BC square. So I take this BC and this BC. So I take these two corresponding sides. So BC upon DC is equal to AC upon BC. So this AB upon BD I can ignore. I cross multiply and I get BC is equal to DC into AC. I get another equation. Now look at equation 1 and 2. Let us add equation 1 and 2. So if you see the left hand side, here it is AB, here in the left hand side it is BC. So I will get AB square plus BC square. Right hand side I get AD into AC and here DC into AC. So that is what I am writing over here. Okay. Now if you look at closely, can you tell me how many terms are there here? Some of you might guess and say there are 4 terms: AD, AC, DC, AC. But actually they are not 4 terms, but they are only 2 terms. Since there is an into sign over here, AD into AC is one term, DC into AC is another term. Remember, one term is separated from another term using a plus sign or a minus sign. So AD into DC is one term, DC into AC is another term. So we have 2 terms over here. And in these 2 terms, AC is common to both the term, AC and AC. That AC I take it out. So in this first term, AD into AC, I have taken AC out. AD is left, I write it inside. In DC into AC, I have taken AC common out. What is left is DC. So now then what do I get? I get AC and in bracket AD plus DC. Now what is AD plus DC here? AD plus DC is nothing but AC. So I am going to substitute AD plus DC as AC. AC is outside the bracket. If I add the bracket, again I get AC. So AC into AC is AC square. And on the left hand side, I have AB square plus BT. So I get AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square. I rewrite it and I say that AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. So see here girls, what you have been solving in the lower class, here in standard 10th we have learned how to prove it. It is a very important theorem. Okay, please learn it for the exam. Okay, so we have learned today certain important things. Okay, let us revise all these things. Okay, in the first one we have learned about similarity and right angle triangle, and we say that if it is a right angle triangle and then if you have a perpendicular, then we saw that all 3 triangles are similar to one another. Then related to this only we have a theorem of geometric mean. So you have a similar triangle, then you can say that QS square is equal to PS into SR. Okay. Then we learnt about Pythagoras theorem. In a right angle triangle, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the square of the remaining 2 sides. Then the third one, the converse. Okay. Normally converse is never asked in the exam. You can go through in the textbook and see what it is. Okay. So what will be the converse? It will be the other way around. In a triangle, if the square of one side is equal to the sum of the square of the other remaining side, then the triangle is a right angle triangle. Okay. Now one important thing about the 30, 60, 90 degree. What did we say? That if the triangle is a 30, 60, 90 triangle, then we say side opposite 30 degree is half the hypotenuse. Okay. Now here it is like the inverse. Here you can say that in a right angle triangle, if one side is half of the hypotenuse, then the side opposite to that is 30 degree. So this is also a converse of the 30, 60, 90 triangle. Okay. So we have learned this part over here. Now in the next video, we will be solving the first exercise of this chapter. The second exercise part is cancelled. So we have only the first part of the chapter. Okay. So girls, kindly go through it, learn the theorems and have a good day.